In the sport of boxing, many have laid claim to being the greatest boxer of all time. The likes of Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson can all put down a genuine marker to being the best of their generation, irrespective of weight class. But one man who still stands the test of time as the boxing GOAT is Muhammad Ali. It is a testament to the greatness of the people's champion that even in 2025, his name is still widely spoken about as being the best in history. From winning Olympic gold in the 1960 Games, to claiming the heavyweight championship of the world aged just 22, Ali's career is virtually unmatched. Even in spite of his titles and accomplishments, his involvement in some of the greatest boxing fights the sport has ever seen makes him one of the best athletes of all time. His high-profile clashes against the likes of Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier and George Foreman, among others, are still talked about today. Despite his widely regarded standing as the best boxer in history, Ali opted to not include himself in his ranking of the 4 greatest of all time. Indeed, when asked by the host where he would rank himself, Ali simply said he would not say. Joe Louis. Before Muhammad Ali came along, many widely regarded Joe Louis as the greatest heavyweight fighter of all time bar none. Nicknamed the Brown Bomber, Louis reigned supreme at the head of the heavyweight division for 12 years from 1937 to his temporary retirement in 1949. All in all, he would successfully defend his world title belt 25 times consecutively, the most for any weight class, while he also holds the record of the longest single reign as champion for any boxer in history. I used to tease Joe Louis by reminding him that I was the greatest of all time. But Joe Louis was the greatest heavyweight fighter ever. Muhammad Ali. Louis's impact on the boxing world even transcended the sport, becoming a national hero in the United States of America as an African American. Indeed, his rematch with German boxer Max Schmeling in 1938 saw Louis become a focal point for anti-Nazi sentiment leading up to World War II as well. Sugar Ray Robinson. Walker Smith Jr., better known as Sugar Ray Robinson in the boxing world, can lay claim to being one of the greatest of all time. A dominant amateur who some suggest went unbeaten in his 85 fights at that level, Robinson turned pro in 1940. From 1943 to 1951, he would go on a quite ridiculous 91-fight unbeaten run, which goes down as the 6th longest in professional boxing history. A former welterweight and middleweight champion of the world, Robinson was named Fighter of the Year twice, once in 1942, then in 1951. Ali was effusive in his praise and admiration of Robinson, and didn't hesitate in naming him the greatest pound-for-pound fighter in boxing history. To me, in his time, and even today, the pound-for-pound, when they say, Sugar Ray Robinson was the greatest fighter pound-for-pound, meaning that if I'd imagine he was a heavyweight fighting the same style, he'd be the greatest. I would have to admit, I would have to say yes, Robinson is the greatest of all time. I have his fight films, I watched them then, you have them. That man was beautiful. Timing, speed, reflexes, rhythm, his body. Everything was beautiful. Jack Dempsey. Nicknamed the Manassa Mauler, the Colorado-born Jack Dempsey was the world heavyweight champion for 7 whole years, reigning at the top between 1919 and 1927. Ranked 6th on the Ring magazine's list of the greatest heavyweights in boxing history, Dempsey is in the Hall of Fame after a glittering career that saw him win 68 of his 83 total fights. Perhaps his most impressive year came in 1918 when he fought in 17 matches, going 15-1 and with 1 no decision. The summer of 1919 saw Dempsey face off against Jess Willard for the world title, despite giving up almost 5 inches in height and over 50 pounds in weight. However, Dempsey would end up knocking down his opponent 7 times in the first round alone en route to a dominant victory. I am the astronaut of boxing. Joe Louis and Dempsey were just jet pilots. I'm in a world of my own. Muhammad Ali. Jack Johnson. One of the most influential boxers to have ever lived, Jack Johnson was the first black world heavyweight champion, with his fight in 1910 against James J. Jeffries being dubbed the fight of the century. Johnson's victory over the white Jeffries would spark race riots across the USA. In an interview, Ali made clear that while he himself had been described as bold and arrogant, nothing measured to the sheer confidence that Johnson had in him having to deal with the very serious threat of racial violence. Indeed, before the championship fight with Jeffries, Johnson's opponent came out of retirement for the sole purpose of challenging him. Fellow American boxer, John L. Sullivan, delivered his comments after the fight. The fight of the century is over and a black man is the undisputed champion of the world. It was a poor fight as fights go, this less than 15-round affair between James J. Jeffries and Jack Johnson. Scarcely has there ever been a championship contest that was so one-sided. All of Jeffries' much vaunted condition amounted to nothing. He wasn't in it from the first bell tap to the last. What a crafty, powerful, cunning left hand Johnson has. He is one of the craftiest, cunningest boxers that ever stepped into the ring.